What up, DC family? It's your boy Gerald.
And this your girl Cash.
Back with another video.
Yes, we are.
We got some more casual Geographic. We got, is this the most disrespected animal in nature?
How do you mean disrespected?
Disrespected or disrespectful? We about to find out, man. First, we need y'all to go ahead and like this video. Leave us comments down below what y'all want to see next, too. Are you going to do it?
I'm ready to get into it.
Let's see what's going on.
This video was sponsored by Dragon City.
Like, oh man, you see how he got mad?
Tantrum a little bit.
Equality is a social construct. And the only reason I say that is because it seems like nature went out of its way to make certain animals everyone else's stress relief. Cheetahs get bodied by virtually every aspect of life. Seals get griefed by everything from seagulls to sea Thanos. And good God, don't let the otters get a hold of them. And it's possible no zebra has ever died of old age. But one of the most consistently disrespected animals on the planet can be found in the Amazon. But to understand just how badly this thing got nerfed, we gotta do a quick history lesson. Crocodiles are one of the oldest and most successful predators on the planet. And with a playbook up to 200 million years old, crocodilians have been terrorizing anything alive longer than Saturn's had rings. And because the whole impersonate a log and then bite a zebra's face off strategy is pretty effective, the crocodilian family hasn't really changed in the hundreds of millions of years they've been around. They were able to make the most out of a niche that really opened up when most of their competition got vaulted permanently. Only problem is, when you're that good for that long, eventually time will catch up to you. There's a hell of a slap from reality waiting for you when it does. Now there's two types of crocodilians, and the average person can name at least two. You got the crocodile and the alligator, pretty easy. And there's a lesser known gharial, and the even less clouded false gharial. And then you have the subject of this video, the caiman. After years of being part of a winning team, the caiman is now the lollipop of the Amazon. Because it seems like these days they gotta take licks from everyone. Unlike the Komodo dragon, which is a dominant apex predator of its neighborhood. Just being in the same area code as one is enough to raise a premium on your insurance, health, and life. Dragons are armor-plated, bench-pressing weapons of mass destruction, which also makes them the perfect fighting partner.
Look how strong it looked like. Oh
neck,
my
the
God,
neck and everything.
The neck, the arms. Oh,
See when I'm chasing you in person.
Chasing you, I might as well just go ahead and lay down.
Caiman, unless your starter pack has a pistol, it ain't finna help you at all. One of the biggest reasons is because jaguars exist. You know what jaguars are? They're a 210-pound equalizer. Basically, the devs got tired of people complaining about campers like the caiman and dropped an animal whose name literally means he who kills with one leap. Jaguars are one thing, it's a caiman's paralysis demon. They're A-tier swimmers, built like leopards on steroids. Leopards are already pretty ridiculous. And pound for pound, jaguars have by far the most unforgiving bite force of any big cat. But the one thing that makes them different from any other big cat and a caiman's worst nightmare is that jaguars go straight for the head. Jaguars factory reset their prey by driving their teeth through the skull and sometimes into the brain. If that doesn't evict their soul immediately, it definitely puts them out of commission. Not only are jaguars the only big cats that do this, it just so happens to be a caiman's weak point. Also, really not a stretch to say, jaguars evolved specifically to humble the caiman. If you're a caiman, water's supposed to be your home base, yet jaguars will go into the caiman's home court, end their life with a hole punch to the head, and then drag them out by only their teeth. It's one of the worst ways to see God. It's like every jaguar alive saw this video and decided they had just about enough of their It's like getting back at a childhood bully by projecting every bit of abuse onto their little brother. But that leaves a question. Would you rather get one shot into oblivion, or be sentenced to death by 1,000 paper cuts? If you pick the second, there's a gang of otters that might just change your mind. Giant blue otters, one of the tankiest musculars, growing up to 6 feet in length. Aquatic honey badgers, long enough to not have to lie on Tinder. They also live in groups of up to 20 individuals and are highly territorial. So much so that they'll attack anything that gets too close. Yes, I do mean anything. Just how the caiman can end up getting jumped, especially if there are otter pups nearby. River otters will surround the threatening reptile and assault it from all directions, especially with bites aimed directly to the head. There's a theme here. And since caiman are cold-blooded and run out of steam faster, especially out of water, these water wolverines only have to harass a discount crocodile into fatigue before they literally tear it apart. All that while making this sound.
It sounds like kids.
It's like, I'm gonna say that it sounds like
chipmunk voice.
Yeah.
Playing.
Like sound like little kids playing with the chipmunk voice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I never knew they sound like that.
That's weird.
Something sounds like that, you wouldn't think it's vicious.
And a common tactic is by some of the stronger otters holding the caiman down while the others get their licks in. How many licks to get to the center? Caiman will never know. He passes tense well before that. And sometimes once the caiman's no longer a threat, it gets eaten alive. The caiman doesn't even have to strike first to earn a past tense penalty. Just wandering into the wrong neighborhood can get it turned into a handbag. And if that death wasn't dishonorable enough, young caiman after Euro stepped the very real possibility of getting hooked to a flat line by literally the biggest snake on the planet, the anaconda. The green anaconda can grow into the neighborhood of 20 feet long, and some have maxed out at over 500 pounds. If you're not allergic to the metric system, that's 6 meters, 227 kilograms. As constrictors, anacondas squeeze their prey into a pack, with sweet release only coming after suffocation or a crushed lung. Now add the fact that some snakes can have up to 15,000 muscles, and you see how a caiman can get put in a coffin. Not only does the caiman get choked out, there's a very real chance it drowns while struggling. Anaconda is even powerful enough to squeeze with enough pressure to induce cardiac arrest. That's before the prey gets swallowed whole. And because that apparently just wasn't enough, the caiman also has to worry about the possibility of being cooked alive by an eel. Just a little side note, ain't it kind of crazy an animal uses electricity as a weapon and we all just accept that as a fact of life? Electric eels aren't even true eels. In fact, they're actually closer to catfish.
They are?
The electric part, yeah, that's pretty on brand. Some electric eels can generate over 800 volts of violence. And with electricity, it's usually the current, not the voltage, that decides whether you live or fry. Some electric eels can produce up to 0.83 amperes of current. And in experiments, eels were found to produce up to 8.5 times more electric current than what you would get from a police taser. If cops throw an eel at your chest, you could be trending on Twitter as a hashtag before you even hit the ground. And that's how a cosplaying catfish can microwave a caiman. Those shocks are strong enough to force a caiman's heart into retirement. Alternatively, it can cause the muscles to spasm, which would immobilize the caiman.
I don't never
That
want to
happens in the
experience
water,
that.
the eel could earn a stage fatality as the caiman drowns. Crocodilians are known for being able to hold their breath for up to an hour, but if a caiman gets KO'd by an eel and its muscles are all out of order, then it's pretty much curtains wrong. This has actually happened to some people. Eel-related obituaries are incredibly rare, but when they happen, the cause usually isn't electricity, but usually a result of the victim drowning in shallow water afterward. It's not even safe to go after one that's dead, because electric eels can ruin your quality of life 8 to 9 hours after they've already ended theirs. As rough as life can be for a caiman, it's only infinitely worse once they're first born. When they first come out the egg, baby caiman are just easy bodies for birds of prey like herons and raptors who will snap them up with zero hesitation. Opportunists like the wild pig or the cousin of the raccoon, the coati, will also snack on any unaccompanied minors they find. Even weasels and rats will turn unsupervised caiman eggs into free calories. Can you imagine that? Being born into a family that competed with dinosaurs only to get spawn sniped by a rodent or an apex predator, the caiman doesn't seem to be safe from anything. Not even from other caiman. When times are rough, caiman have been known to friendly fire their own kind, even
They're
smaller
not even
juvenile
safe with
caiman.
their own
The black
kind.
caiman will often specifically target the smaller spectacled caiman. And it's especially during dry season that young caiman are most likely to get caught up with a cannibal. But we do have to be fair. If the black caiman can survive the jihad that is its childhood, it can grow to weigh up to 1,000 pounds, and some even max out at 2. Too big for a jaguar, too dangerous for a pack of otters, and too tanky for an anaconda to swallow. In fact, fully grown black caiman can potentially take out any of the 3. And at this point, you would think the caiman can finally catch a break that isn't coming from its own skull. Oh, no. Because in a cruel middle finger from fate, once a caiman becomes too big for those predators, it becomes a possible target for the worst predator of them all. And have been hunted by humans for their meat and for their leather.
Damn. So they're not safe, no way. They're not safe with the other animals that's getting them. Now, even if they get big enough, too big, then the humans hunt them. Oh my God. Jeez.
Can't win for losing.
Can't win for losing.
On some occasions, they've been hunted just for the sport. If you pay close attention to this video, you'll notice it actually wasn't the jaguar that clapped the caiman. It was poachers, and you can tell by the docked tail. And while the black caiman community has gotten a chance to recover in the last few decades, they still occasionally get robbed for their meat and skin by locals. Not only that, but thanks to habitat destruction and deforestation, the black caiman's hunting range has receded more than a middle-aged hairline. And without restitution or road game, the more we continue to gentrify the caiman's home, the more news articles are going to be written. Restitution or road game, the more we continue to gentrify the caiman's home, the more news articles are going to be written of them trying to turn people into prey. Which only screws the caiman further, as people use the attacks to justify slaughtering them on sight. Basically, someone breaks into your house, you defend yourself, and then the police come in and knock down your entire family tree. The caiman is the definition of not being able to buy a W. When they're small or just small enough, they get griefed by the entire jungle senses, sometimes by their own kind. When they finally grow big enough to have no natural predators, they then earn the attention of the worst one of all. Even butterflies take advantage of caiman. You will not find another apex predator that gets violated as flagrantly. Crocodiles gotta deal with hippos. Some alligators have to live in Florida. But almost anything with a heartbeat in South America has the ability to end a caiman's way of life at some point. And when they are finally granted access to the afterlife, it's usually only after paying a toll in degradation and desecration. Because at the end of the day, this might be a caiman, but he's not okay, man. And that's gonna do it for this video. Shorter one, but
Damn.
still a lot of fun to make.
That's
Again, I want to
crazy,
thank
though.
Dragon City for sponsoring this video.
It's nothing really
If you would like
scary.
to sponsor this content as well as my Chick-fil-A addiction. Yeah, it's not Wendy's anymore, it's Chick-fil-A now.
They are really the most disrespected animal in nature.
Yeah,
Like they don't.
nothing scared of it at all.
They are really disrespected. Like
Damn.
they little.
I wouldn't expect
Then
that.
other animals come and attack them.
Yeah, the
When they get
butterflies
big,
and everything.
the
not
butterflies,
respecting you. God damn.
When they get big, then the humans come in and
Humans
disrespect
coming at
you.
you. Said you can't take
Can't
a
win
dub
for
from them.
losing. No, they can't take a dub from them. At all.
Definitely. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about this video down below in the comment section. This was Cat's Geographic. Is this the most disrespected animal in nature? Let us know
We
down
learn
below.
something new all the time.
We
too,
always
every
learn
time we watch
something new. Most definitely do, y'all. We appreciate all y'all, man. Make sure y'all like the video. Once again, subscribe to the channel. Cut that bell on so you know we dropping videos. Got anything for
And
them?
that's what.
Hey, I go by the name Dre Hawk.
And I go by the name Cash.
Catch y'all next one.
next one.